Hello and welcome to the G-Fest edition of Chill with Kaiju Kim. I'm Kaiju Kim. Hope you're all doing well on this lovely afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you. Although if you're currently in Rosemont, Illinois, we're in the same time zone. Yay! We are just getting done with G-Fest 2022, and as you can see, I'm joined by some lovely people, including Nathan Marchand, Danny DeMella.
I am her intrepid producer tonight.
Yes. Oh, and Dai Kaiju Danielle. Hello. Thanks for joining us. And we got Danny DeMana, Elijah Thomas, and Robert Montserrat. Hello. All right. Hello, everybody. What's going on?
We are a herd of cats.
All right. I apologize in advance.
A random Matt Frank sighting.
Oh, yay.
They are dangerous when provoked. We must not get too close. He's a natural habitat.
I apologize in advance for any technical difficulties we experience. The Wi-Fi here is not the best.
Hotel Wi-Fi is always suspect.
Yeah, it's always a little sus. Yes, we're coming to you live straight from Hyatt Regency O'Hare, which is where G-Fest just wrapped up. So let's go around the room and introduce ourselves for anyone who may not have been introduced yet. Who wants to go first?
Suppose that'd be me.
Sit in the hot seat.
I'm gonna do a Mike Wazowski. Look, I'm on a live stream. Okay, but it didn't really work because of the. There we go. That's
You just got sad trouble.
well, that's. I think I earned that. Hey, everyone. I mean, I've if you guys are normal Kaiju Kim watchers, I've been on before. But for anyone else who doesn't know, I'm Daniel DeMana. I run the Godzilla novelization project, and I did so many panels at this G-Fest that I'm seeing cross-eyed right now. What was the question that I was supposed to answer? I'm very tired.
I'm very tired as well. I've been mentally and physically exhausted all weekend, so this might be a hot mess of a stream.
Oh, I think it's going to be fine. That's right.
That's what makes it fun.
We actually have some first-time guests on tonight.
We do.
We do have some first-time guests
That
on.
means we have to ask them our 3 questions with our first-time guest, Elijah Thomas. Please sit in the hot seat.
Oh, here comes Hank Hill.
Here I come. Hank Hill, everybody.
Hank Hill cameo.
Yay!
Look at
Hey,
that.
Hank Hill.
He's going to sell us propane. Oh, the lighting here.
Yeah. All right. So.
Oh my gosh, he's just coming in.
Oh, okay. I guess we're doing this now. Would you like to say a few words?
Mr. Hill, for our audience.
This is Hank Hill coming to you live at Chicago on the last day of G-Fest, where I am strictly on a mission to procure and secure propane and propane accessory sales. Now, I want all of you to get off your gobbledygook devices and listen to this podcast right now.
So saith Hank.
There we go.
Thus saith Hank.
Yes.
So let it be written, so let it be done.
Yes.
Amen.
There we go.
Hallelujah.
Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you, Hank.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Hill.
Yes, quite.
I can't beat that.
There's no
all right,
top-
stream
there's
is
no
over,
top-
everyone.
That's it. That's it.
Oh,
You were
God.
awesome, man. Thank you so much.
That was amazing. Thank you. All right.
It's so weird looking at my face and looking at this. I don't do streams. Is it
Okay,
obvious?
Answer the 3 questions.
What are the
All
3
right,
questions?
The 3
Answer
questions
your
are.
questions 3.
Answer my questions 3. How did you get into Godzilla? What is your favorite Godzilla movie? And what is your favorite non-Godzilla kaiju movie?
And so wisely.
War of the Gargantuas, right? That's the right answer. Oh yeah, that was that. Yeah, that's
Speak
what
into the
Norman
mic
said.
so people can hear you.
Oh, that's right. How did I get into Godzilla? Well, when I was a weeer lad.
When
Yeah.
you were 5, which was last
4.
year.
4. It was a year and a half ago.
Get it right.
I got some action figures from my aunt. They were the Trendmasters Godzilla figures. They were the ones that roared. I had Rodan, Mecha Ghidorah, and Mecha Godzilla. And I loved Transformers at the time. My favorite Transformer was Grimlock, a giant T-Rex that breathes fire. You can't go wrong, right?
Can't go wrong.
So I thought it was Grimlock. I got told, no, it's Mecha Godzilla. And my aunt said, let me show you a movie with Mecha Godzilla. So she let me borrow her Terror of Mecha Godzilla Scimitar tape. And I watched it, and I became obsessed. It was an addiction, and I have not got help for it.
I mean, admitting that you have a problem is the first step to getting help.
That is true.
Welcome
Here's a
to
prop for your video.
This
Oh,
yeah,
This
welcome
is
to,
it.
welcome
This
to
is it.
Kaijuholics Anonymous.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Thank you, Danny.
Yeah, of course.
And since it was my first, it's also my favorite, which I got to see it for the first time on the big screen this weekend.
Yes.
yes.
Which was
It was
amazing.
glorious, let me tell you.
It was great. Truly something special. So I love that one. And then my favorite non-Godzilla kaiju movie. Oh God, Danny, how did you
Reptilian, just say it.
how did you answer this question?
How did I just gonna copy me?
Just say reptilian.
No, like you and I have seen so many.
We've seen hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these things. What did I answer? What was my answer, Kim?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. It was, you know what? I think it was King Kong.
Okay,
It
it's
was King
definitely
Kong.
not King Kong.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
All right,
Okay.
Get off the street.
God. Favorite non-Godzilla kaiju movie. Oh boy.
Reptilian.
See, Reptilian's a great answer, but it's not.
Reptilicus.
Oh, that's the one.
There we
it
go.
is.
Zillafoot.
That's another good answer. Yeah.
Oh God. You're putting me on the spot. I usually I would look
Have
at
you
my
seen
wall.
show?
You get no wall.
War of the God Monsters. Kong
Just
gets
say
Kong
yes.
gets to-
Dragon lizard
all of the
lords.
Queen Kong.
Queen Conga. How about
Oh my God. There's so many. I'm too tired. I am.
I
How about
understand.
you just pick one of your favorites?
Okay, one of my favorites.
Yeah, narrow it down to a couple that are just
Okay.
okay. If you were stuck on a desert island and you can only have 3 non-Godzilla kaiju movies to watch, which would you take with you?
Why is he getting
Um,
coached this hard?
I don't understand.
Gamera trilogy.
I'm trying. It's either Rodan, War of the Gargantuars, Gamera 3, Gamera the Brave, or
Reptilian.
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 It's one of
Reptilian.
those.
The
All
decision
right.
We'll
has
just
been
go-
made
yeah,
for
we'll do
you.
Reptilian.
It's Reptilian. We decided.
There we go.
All right.
That's
Thank you, Elijah. And
Can
we
I
have,
go now?
Yes,
Yeah.
you're dismissed.
Get off the street.
You're dismissed.
You're in
And next up we
encouraged
have
to just get off.
a new face, Robert.
Hi,
Robert
the
other
Montserrat. Hello,
newbie.
the other newbie.
First podcast, yeah,
Yay! Are you excited?
totally.
Awesome. All right, so you must answer my 3 questions before we go on with our discussion.
Oh, I'm ready.
All right, you know the 3 questions?
Yes.
Favorite Godzilla movie? Well, that's the second question. How'd you get into Godzilla? Favorite Godzilla movie and favorite non-Godzilla kaiju movie?
First, how I got into Godzilla, at first I was 4 years old, and my mom had brought a library book to my attention called Sayonara, Mrs. Kackleman. And it was about these 2 children who go to Japan, and one page had a picture of Godzilla on it, although he looked kind of like Cookie Monster. And I was like, oh, it's about a giant lizard who stomps around Tokyo. That's my jam. I had discovered King Kong recently, and I was like, this is terrifying, because King Kong, he's gigantic and scary, but he fought a T-Rex, so he knows dinosaurs, so maybe he's cool. And so long story short, 2 years pass, and then I hear my sister say something Godzilla movies, and I'm like, okay, well, that I didn't know there were movies about this guy. I thought he was just a character in that book. So my mom's like, "Oh, don't I have something to show you?" And she takes me to the Columbus, Ohio Metropolitan Library, and which had a ton of Godzilla movies back in the 90s. And I picked out Godzilla 84. Long story short, I was hooked.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, favorite Godzilla movie?
Oh gosh. I'm gonna be milquetoast and say the original because I just have a lot of respect for it.
No, can't
I
go
mean,
wrong.
you can't go
Good
wrong with
answer,
that.
man.
That is a very good
Nothing
answer.
milquetoast about that. I think it's a great film.
Oh,
You know?
I just figured it was a lot of people's.
Doesn't matter.
That's okay.
No, all the film snobs, that's their favorite.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
And your favorite non-Godzilla kaiju film?
That would have to be Frankenstein Conquers the World.
Another
Good
good
choice.
answer.
Yeah, I just love Baragon. I love how crazy it all is, Frankenstein and all that.
Good answer.
It's good
Good
stuff.
answer.
Yeah.
Good answer. Oh, thank you, Robert. All right.
You're very welcome.
Whoa, okay. I'm working with equipment that I've never worked with before, so bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Before we move on with our discussion, let's see who we have in the chat tonight. We got Raph and Shaba. What's up?
Hey, Raph.
Doomzilla.
Doomzilla.
One of my regulars. Yeah. Jane Mayer. Yay!
Hey. There she is.
I just
There
saw
she-
her.
We just saw her. She's a very sweet woman. All right. Godzilla Train 1090. What's going on?
All aboard the Godzilla train.
All aboard.
I thought we were on the Godzilla train.
It's at its last stop now. We got G. Swanson, and we also got my twin Donnie Winter. What's up?
Hey.
Hey, just
Yeah.
met him this weekend too.
I am so glad I got to meet my twin Donnie. I miss you.
I
You
didn't
left
get
a
to
day
talk to Donnie
early.
nearly enough this weekend.
Me
I'm
neither.
bummed.
Come back, Donnie. I
I'm
miss you.
bummed, yeah.
All right, let's see. And we also have Jonathan Salazar.
Hey.
Hello, hello. Thank you all for coming out. Oh, and we got Sunzilla 2008 as well. Hello, hello.
Can't see me waving. I just realized you can't see me waving.
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh yeah, Danielle, you didn't introduce
Oh.
yourself.
no, get finished with the
Oh.
viewers first. It's okay.
Oh, all right. We have a
Impromptu
special
guest.
impromptu guest. Hello.
Sorry. You want me to sit up in the hot chair?
Sure, why not?
Hot chair.
All right.
Hot chair. Hot chair.
Hot seat. Hot seat.
Hot
so
seat.
high up.
It's so high up. Oh yeah. Oh.
It's on
Okay.
fire.
Oh, you gotta get that checked out.
Toasty that,
Nice
yes.
and toasty. Yes.
All right. Would you like to answer the 3 questions?
Yes, I would.
All right. How'd you get into Godzilla? Favorite Godzilla movie? Favorite non-Godzilla kaiju movie?
All right. Well, I got into Godzilla a lot of the ways a lot of people my age have gotten into Godzilla through the 1998 movie. I was a little too young to see it, but you know what? My brother, God love him, he got me into it. He snuck it by me behind my parents' back, and we watched it, and I just fell in love. I still have my first 98 Godzilla figure. It's the one that roars, and his mouth opens up if you press a button on his head. And I still have the baby Godzillas too, the figures of those.
Awesome.
Oh, I have one of those. It's the claw slash. Trying to call him knee slapper.
Knee slapper.
It's his knee.
Oh, and he can laugh too because you can open his mouth.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That was funny.
We're hilarious.
Yeah, we are. We're very
Okay.
serious.
Yes, quite.
Yes, quite.
Yes, quite. Eric Nance made it onto the stream. Check that off the bingo card.
All righty. Who had yes quite on their bingo card? Okay.
All right.
All right. Second question.
My
Favorite Godzilla.
favorite Godzilla movie. That's easy. I don't know if you can tell by my shirt, but I am the #1 Orga fangirl. Orga is my favorite monster, and my favorite film is Godzilla 2000.
Yes,
Yeah.
right
Fist
here.
bump. Bam.
Yeah, buddy.
Yes.
Yeah, Oregon needs more love.
Orga needs more love.
Yes.
I have my Orga button right here.
Yeah, let's show it up.
I have my Orga shirt where he's a baseball player, and I also have his little keychain.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah, and Orga Godzilla 2000, my favorite one.
Awesome, awesome. And your favorite non-Godzilla kaiju film?
This is gonna be crazy.
Reptilian.
Yeah, no, that's taken by Thomas over there. My favorite non-Godzilla film is Cloverfield.
Ooh,
Interesting.
I have an episode coming out on that.
I'm so excited for that. I heard nothing but good things about it.
Mhm.
But yeah, Cloverfield is my favorite film, or favorite non-Godzilla kaiju film. It's just, it's just got all the beats that I love. It has characters that can be complex but are also kind of corny, and they're kind of tropey, but man, and the way they all come together in the end, they forget about all the problems that seem so frivolous, and when they're facing a traumatic experience like Cloverfield, and they all band together to save Beth. And I think that's just such a beautiful and real human moment. It has such a powerful human element, and the kaiju is just so cute. I have
Clover.
Yeah, Clover and the parasites, they're just so cute. And I even have the figure of him too. He's my
You have the rare Hasbro one that nobody has.
yeah, with the parasites that
Yeah.
you could pop his head, and he has all 10 parasites.
Oh my
It's so-
gosh.
Yeah, it's cool. He's my
No, I don't
prize
have that.
next to my Orca
that's
collection.
your boo. That's your boy.
Yeah, well, no, I think the X
Orga.
Plus Orgas. I have I have both Defa Reals, the X Plus. I have all the other figures except for the green Bandai 6-inch figure, or is it 8-inch? I think it's the 8-inch.
That one's the 8-incher.
Yeah, the 8-inch Orga figure that's green, worth $2,800 according to Clawmark. I don't have that one, but one day I will get it. It will be mine.
That's your
It
collector.
will be
Oh yes,
That's your collecting holy grail.
That is my holy grail. I was hoping to find it this year, but there's only 10 of them in existence.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I will find it one day.
If anyone deserves it.
I will find him.
I will find him.
You will find it.
And send me up in the little pond.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing.
My pleasure.
All right.
Is just a quick check. Anybody in the chat? Does everything sound okay? Can you hear everyone? Just
Yeah.
want to make sure this is a new
Yes.
setup.
Yeah, this is an unusual setup we've got going on here. But if you guys can hear us nice and clear, let us know. And then if not, then we'll fix it. All right. So let's talk about G-Fest. This is what we're here for, right?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. So let's go over our overall thoughts of the entire weekend. And Nathan, you've been quiet. Why don't you sit in the hot seat?
Wait,
and
what?
and there he goes.
Shut up.
There he goes.
Yeah, representing. Bought the shirt. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Raph Enshima says, "Yes, you're doing well. Way better than that airport nightmare show."
Oh my gosh.
that was a hot mess.
No.
That was a hot mess. Oh my goodness.
I bet.
We don't talk.
Yeah. We don't talk about airports. That was for all of you listeners of the Power Trip right there.
All right.
Oh,
So,
man.
how has been your G-Fest weekend?
Oh my gosh, there's so much that I could talk about. If you go check out I'm so tall, I'm sorry. If you go check out the MIFV TikTok, I've been doing little like vlogs, and I figured out even at 3 minutes, it's not enough. And it was just so much has been happening. And I was on, I thought it was 5. It was actually 6 panels this year. It's insane. And it's the most I've ever done at any show. But the biggest surprise that I've had is, well, last time there was a G-Fest was 2019. I announced the Monster Island Film Vault there with my panel with this crazy man right here.
There's no one right
Yeah.
here, Nate.
Yeah, right there.
This one.
Yeah.
That one.
That one. Anyway, I'm trying to keep looking at the camera. Sorry. But so this was the first time I got to be here after becoming, a full-fledged podcaster again. And I had a bunch of people coming up to me and were like, "I love your show." And I'm like, when did I get popular? I don't know how to handle this. And probably the best one, if you're watching this, dude, I hope you see this at some point, but shout out to my friend Matthew Walsh, who was very nice to all of us, honestly, this whole weekend. Big bald gym bro. And I bumped into him while standing in line at the men's room, as you do, at the Pickwick. And we were talking about the movies. It was between Hedera and Megalon. That was the first double feature. And it took him a few minutes, but he figured out who I was. And then he's like, "Wait, you're Nathan?" "Yes." "I love your show." He started freaking out, and we started geeking out a little bit. And then out of nowhere, he's just like, "I'm going to buy you popcorn." I'm like, you're going to buy me popcorn for the next movie? Yes, I'm buying you popcorn. Okay.
I'm not gonna stop you.
I'm not going to stop. And then we go over to the counter and he starts getting out the wall and I'm like, okay, I'll take us once. You're just getting us all fine, a medium. And I did that. So, and then we were seeing each other a lot over the weekend. He's been hyper enthusiastic. He's going to join the MIFB Patreon. It's going to be, so I'm going to have to shout him out now. Awesome. And it's going to be great. I met another one of my patrons, Ted Williams. Shout out to you. And I got to see him for the first, I actually got to see a face and with that particular name. And I talked him into upgrading his Patreon. I was very proud of it because he's just been so enthusiastic about the show. And that's been one of the best parts of the whole weekend for me. It's very validating as a content creator. I'm sure we've all had that experience this weekend.
Yes, I've had quite a few people come up to me and like, "Are you Kaiju Kim? Oh my God, can I take a picture? Oh my God, I'm as proud of your work."
Kim.
Yes, you did tell me. You told me. I should have listened. I was like, I don't know. I guess I'm okay.
That's awesome. And now it's on camera that we said it.
Yes, it's true. It happened.
Yes, quite.
Yes, quite. I've met a lot of awesome people.
All right. So that's been the highlight for me. Who wants to go next?
All right, who's next?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Robert, you got it.
Robert wants to
Fight to the death.
Obvious, let them.
It's Thunderdome.
Gerald Lang says, "Is he part of the Power Trip podcast on Power Rangers?" Yes, he is.
Yes, I am.
Yes, he is one of the co-hosts with Michael Hamilton.
Yes, I do 3 podcasts: the Monster and Film Vault, Power Trip, and Henshin Man.
Yes, the man of many podcasts.
Eternally canceled.
The eternally canceled Michael Hamilton. Yes, very good.
But I was just saying the next person we're doing is Thunderdome rules: 2 men enter, 1 man leaves.
All right, Robert, your overall thoughts on G-Fest?
Oh, it was wonderful. I've been going to G-Fest for like a long time, since like 2002, believe it or not.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is actually my 20th year, or the 20th anniversary of when I went to G-Fest. 2022, 2002.
So you're old. We get it.
I am crumbling to dust before your eyes. I am melting.
You're the oldest one here. You have nowhere to speak.
Yeah.
How old are you?
Don't need to know. Keep talking.
Oh, okay. I'm going to be 33 next month. I don't know.
Actually, yeah, he's the oldest one.
Okay.
We have watchers.
It was crazy. G-Fest just went by so quickly. I mean, it always does, but and yeah, it was great. I loved a lot of the panels this year. I went to a lot of Dan's. They were wonderful.
Thanks, man.
He did like a ton
The
of
man
them.
of many panels.
Man of many-
Panel master.
The panel master.
Dan, the panel man.
Dan the panel man.
No,
There
I'm
it
panel
is.
man. He's panel
If
master.
he can't reach
Oh,
it,
all right.
nobody
Oh,
can.
And another one I really liked was Norman England's. He did a really good GMK, like a lot of behind the scenes photos of that movie.
Those pictures were amazing.
They were, and it was just a good time overall.
Yes, I agree. Absolutely. Who wants to go next, Elijah? Danny?
Who, me?
The man of many
All right.
panels.
The man of the pan of many manels.
The pan of many
wait, what?
panels.
I don't know what it means.
Oh, that.
We're just
No, I
rolling
really
with it.
Show off the $100 figure you got. For
Oh,
free.
what is
I'm
this
still
now?
jealous.
Oh no, I just this is like my my emotional support Titanosaurus. I'm just kind of
Oh, okay.
walking around with him. No, this was given to me
You
for
gonna
free.
cuddle him in bed tonight?
Maybe
Yes.
Nate.
Do not judge.
Come on. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to take him to my office tomorrow when I get back to work, and I'm going to spin around when my boss comes out and asks me how my weekend was, and I'm going to do a James Bond. Oh, it was good. And I'm going to be petting him like
Blofeld?
I'm going to do a Blofeld. Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
Yes,
Oh,
quite.
yes, quite very much. Yes. Yes. So anyway, this weekend was astonishing. We've all been waiting for this for 3 years. And this year was, I didn't quite know what to expect, but I knew it was going to be interesting because I didn't know what the attendance was going to be like. I didn't know what the new venue was going to be like. I didn't know how, I've done one panel before in 2019 with this lunatic.
Hi.
Nerd.
Nerd.
It might just be a lunatic. It might just be a lunatic you're looking for, though. It's possible. But anyway, I ended up on 8 panels this year, and I didn't know I 8 panels, and you guys are, I don't know how I ended up doing that, but that's a lie. I know how I ended up doing that. They kept saying, "Hey, we have openings," and I kept saying, I'll jump on
I
if you need me.
volunteer as tribute.
No, I didn't like ask, hey, can I be on this? I mean, I did ask once, and that was for the Takarada story panel. That's the one I said, may I please join? And I got to do it. But everything else, I just said, hey, if you guys need an extra person. And I guess they liked me. Maybe they recognized my name from the GNP. I don't know, but they threw me on 8
You had
panels.
a serious number of fans.
I have been stopped. That's the other highlight of this weekend is I have been stopped by, I think as of the end of today, I'm going to say about 24 people.
That's a lot.
Either people who just liked a fair number of them were familiar with the GMP, more than I expected. It blew my mind. But the rest were folks that were just saying, you did really good on that panel, and I really liked what you said.
8 panels?
You 8 panels. I'm so delirious that I could eat just about anything right now. You probably should take this Titanosaurus away from me. But you're not allowed to have it, though, Nate. But so the highlight of my weekend was really juggling panels and the ones I wanted to watch, and then missing a couple that I wanted to see, but being incredibly grateful that I was on so many. And my gosh, the venue is beautiful. The Hyatt Regency is like, I walked in and my first thought was, oh my gosh, this is the set of Forbidden Planet. It looks like the Krell, right?
Yeah, totally.
I don't know why I always forget their name, but the Krell aliens, if you've ever seen Forbidden Planet, it's got the same cylindrical elevators and the walkways. It looks like that mixed with like a Kamen Rider episode. It's crazy. It's
Mysterians, anyone?
yeah, it does feel like the Mysterians in here, especially the glowy bits. It is a very futuristic hotel.
I mean, they literally have a giant chandelier of dilithium crystals.
Yeah,
they do.
It feels like a Star Trek set in a couple of places. It's crazy sci-fi here. So the venue is great. The people who took care of us and got the panels ready and got the panel rooms ready and fed us over the weekend and the hotel staff. I mean, they were great. I thought they were great. Everything worked well without a hitch. The tech was great. The setup was great. There were a lot of G-Fest stalwarts who were not here this year, who are vital to putting the con together, and the people who picked up the slack and just made this thing happen. It all felt very seamless to me. Yeah, it was a great year. It was a productive year, and I think my big takeaway from it is I'm just in awe of how many people came up and said nice things to me.
That's amazing.
It's just incredibly touching, and this is something that I think a lot of artists and writers and stuff, when you feel like you're writing in a bubble or you're doing something creative in a bubble, sometimes it's hard to think to yourself anything else than, oh my gosh, does anybody even care? Is anybody watching this? Anybody reading this? And of course the answer is yes, they are. But sometimes it takes a trip like this where people come up to you and you see them face to face. That's the big thing, is I got to see people face to face who were supporters of mine. And that's important. But even more personal than that is getting to see a lot of you guys, people I've met in person before, like Nate, and obviously Robert and I have been friends forever. Danielle and I have been friends for 10 years now, longer, 11 years.
11 years.
It's ridiculous. And people like Kim, who I've known but I've never met in person, and Elijah, I've never met you in person. And I mean, Neil over here, we've chatted a few times in passing at previous G-Fest, but I got to meet you this year. And Kim, I got to meet your husband this year. I mean, it's crazy. It's just, you guys. This core group of people. You guys. It just meant a lot. It meant a lot. And Alyssa, I can't forget Alyssa.
Alyssa, of course.
Omni viewer.
Omni was here.
Yes. Matt Monstrosity.
Matt
Burkett was here, and he had some lovely things to say to me as well. And
he told me to shut up.
Sometimes you need to be told to shut up, in his defense,
but it was just so many people I couldn't possibly begin to list all of them, or I'd be here forever. And I need to get out of this chair so other people can talk. But it's been about.
Say what you want to say.
You're right, and it's been about the people. It's been about the people that said nice things and the people that supported me.
What have you done?
I set up. Oh my gosh.
What have you done?
What have you done?
I accidentally set off an explosion, and Zordon is calling.
You set off an explosion?
Oh,
yeah,
no.
There's an explosion sound effect on the soundboard.
Okay, well,
sorry if you guys heard an explosion.
That was just Danny's
emotions blowing up. from
Oh
what
yeah,
happened.
that's what happened.
No, those
Yeah.
were my arteries exploding from all the cheeseburgers I ate. the cheeseburgers wrapped in foil. And they were way too good, though. They were delicious
$10
cheeseburgers.
I've
The
had
$10 cheeseburgers.
I've had better cheeseburgers.
Me too.
I have
Me
too, but I'm too giddy
It's
right now to
hotel
be
food.
I'm too giddy right
I
now to
mean,
complain
yeah,
about
what can you
anything.
expect? But it's
Yeah.
fine.
Anyway, y'all are awesome, and getting to see you all in person.
Someone
meant
blew
a
up
lot.
typical Power Rangers fanboy.
Oh, Raph just burned you, man. All right, I'm getting out of this chair before anything
Well,
else
you know what?
explodes.
Shots fired.
Wow.
He just got another one.
Oh, good lord! All right, Elijah, would you like to say a few words about your overall thoughts on G Fest?
Would I mean,
Would you ever?
Would you ever?
would I ever? Well, I mean, it's been fun. Danny kind of said what I was going to say is the people have been fun.
He does that.
Yeah, but I got to say the
What can
people
I say?
before he did in the panel that I was on. I got to be on my first panel this year.
That's awesome.
You're welcome.
And I think, let's see, half the people I was on the panel with are here. So, like,
Hi.
yeah, Kim and Danny and Nate. I was expecting Nate to get up in my face to get on the camera, but he's not.
Keep talking.
Okay, I'll keep talking. Fine.
Expectations subverted.
talking, all right.
Mickey Mouse, ladies and gentlemen.
I was just saying, what the heck happened? Did you just hit puberty or something?
Reverse puberty.
Odd definition of puberty there. Anyway, moving on.
All right, as you were saying.
But being on that panel was fun, and being able to spend more money than I should have.
We all spent more money than we should.
I think that's, that comes with the territory of coming to a convention. You spend more money than you should have.
I mean, in 2019, I thought I did pretty good. This year, though, is kind of pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
I kind of bid on a King of the Monsters poster.
We
little-
seriously thought he was going to spend $250 just to rip it up.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
But instead, I'm gonna get Millie Bobby Brown to sign it and then sell it
And retire.
and retire.
You need to sell that thing and buy a Ferrari. I already
Lamborghini.
made it. A Lamborghini. That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
I know I've already made this joke.
I just want to sell it and buy that Titano. I just
Trade.
Keep your hands off my dinosaur.
But yeah, no, this was my fourth G Fest, and it's been easily the best. This morning I got to have breakfast with Matt from Monstrosities.
Awesome. Matt, why didn't you invite me to breakfast?
Where
was my breakfast,
having
Matt?
food with people? That's a story we have to tell.
It was
Oh.
like I got up, I went down, I was getting ready to eat breakfast, and Matt was there. He just sat down and was like, "Hey,
I had dinner with OmniViewer.
you wanna?"
So did I.
So did I. It's so weird and like
walking by myself down a hallway.
There you go.
having dinner with Omni, growing up, earlier growing up.
Whilst growing up.
In my
He's still
first
trying.
childhood.
My first childhood.
I would watch OmniViewer, and before I started disagreeing with his opinions. I mean, he's a great guy.
This is the one man who will try to gatekeep OmniViewer.
I'm not going to
Have fun.
gatekeep him. I'm just saying I disagree with his opinions. Unless it's Shin Godzilla, then I agree with him. I got to give him a chair to sit down in. It was like I never thought, as a weir lad,
A weird.
Weird.
that
Please don't describe yourself as a weird.
There's got to be a better word for that.
A smaller.
Anybody
There
hear
we
a-
go, a
Anybody
smaller
hear a
lad.
writer? Anybody know any better words?
A
Almost all of us.
more that doesn't work.
Let's just
Okay,
move on.
let's just get rid of the word we. The word we has been canceled for the stream. Can we be done? Younger.
a smaller lad, a younger lad.
A younger lad. There we go. That's the
I
one.
didn't think I would be giving him a chair as I sat and watched him on my tablet.
Yeah.
So it was surreal. That's the word for this G Fest is surreal.
That's a good word for it.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of surreal, can I?
Oh,
really
Nathan
quick-
has a story to tell.
It's quick and it involves you, Kim. So we
Yes,
need
it
to share
does.
this. Yeah. So
I'm gonna get out of the hot
All right, get out.
Yeah. So really quick.
Slightly less warm.
Yeah. So really quick. It was yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah. So they had all the celebrity interview panels yesterday morning,
Mhm.
and I was running around. I had a panel of my own to go to, and I went out into the lobby, and I'm like, I just need to get food. I was just like, hunting mode. I was just like, just get me food. And you called me down. They're like, hey, Nathan, over here. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to sit down and have lunch with Kaiju Kim, in the, like 15 minutes or whatever that I have. And then as soon as I get my food and I come over there, suddenly I realize that Tomoko Ai is standing right next to me. Like, oh my gosh, it's her. And then I just freaked out. I'm like, I am literally having lunch standing next to Tomoko Ai.
We were in the presence of royalty.
Yes. And she was a good sport about it. She just drank it in, and I'm like, can I get a picture? And she just stood there and let me take a picture.
I got a selfie with her too.
Yeah.
And she has a cameo on my vlog.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I that was a first, I have to say, in my entire life. I have never suddenly had lunch next to a celebrity. I've had other kind of encounters like that before, but nothing ever like that.
That is amazing. That was a good time. Does anyone else have any fun stories to share with G Fest? Oh, okay.
Sorry, it's like I come out of nowhere.
That's all right. That's all right. You're
I tend to
welcome.
do that.
All are welcome. All are welcome here on Chill with Kaiju Kim, so long as you don't annoy me.
Oh no, I'm
So
sorry.
Michael's never coming back. Got it.
All right. So, you got any fun G Fest stories?
I do actually.
All right.
Well, overall, this G Fest though was pretty solid. It was a solid G Fest. It was smaller. It was admittedly a little more chill. I thought it was a pretty standard G Fest. Not gonna lie. I mean, I do have my criticisms, mostly the Artist Alley.
Oh yeah.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah, and as an artist myself, I really wanted a table, but I wasn't able to get one because I do have shenanigans, and I do have an original story I'm working on
Oh, okay.
and I hope to finish it by next year. So maybe I can, if the rules are still enabled next year, I could just get my own table and sell stuff regarding my story. But other than that, it was really good. Got some good stuff. Got some goodies. Met Tomoko Ai.
Nice.
And with my mother is in love with her because she just loves how Tomoko Ai carries herself. And we met her this morning, and she grabbed my mom's hand, and she was like, "You are beautiful." And it was like, oh my god, it's my mom was just so happy. It was mostly a moment for my mom, and she needed that. We've been having a rough couple of years, and this G Fest has really done so much for me and for her, and meeting up. G Fest it's not about the con. It's like Asgard. It is the people. That is what it is. G Fest is all about the people and the friends you make, the connections you make, and Godzilla is part of it, but it's mostly the people. And people overlook the human part of Godzilla, but you really
yeah.
it's what connects us all. And I do have a question for you, actually. Ms.
Oh, all
Kim.
right.
Oh no.
Oh, bye.
How was your
She's being
G Fest?
interviewed on her own show.
I'm being interviewed. That's happened before on my anniversary show.
But how was your G Fest? What was your thoughts?
I had a good time. I had a heck of a time getting here, but that's a different story.
We're not going there.
I'm so sorry. Watching the Godzilla dropkick in the theater wasn't the same without you.
Okay.
It's okay.
Anyway, so my G Fest was fantastic. I did a lot of vlogging, so I have a ton of footage to edit for a vlog. I put up a vlog this morning, so yeah, days 0 through 1. But yeah, I got to meet a lot of awesome people. I got to meet OmniViewer, Nathan, Danny, you, and yeah, Elijah, Robert. I mean, just like we keep saying, it's about the people.
It's about the people.
It's about being surrounded by my people. I've always loved G-Fest. This is my third G-Fest, and I just love being surrounded by people who are into the same nerdy crap than I am, you know?
Or the same amount.
It doesn't happen nearly often enough.
It really doesn't.
And
I
we
think
might be planning to expand the con's coverage.
indeed. Yes, quite.
Conspiring.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Indubitably.
Indubitably.
It's funny. I actually, there were a few of our friends from across the pond.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yes.
We got to talk to them.
Yeah, there's a few people across the pond that came to
Yep,
G-Fest.
there was I think it was Daniel and Debs. We got to talk
Oh,
we talked
okay.
with them, and they told us about how it's hard to get anything, kaiju related over there. And then we talked about Doctor Who.
Because that's what
As
you
one
do.
does.
As you doctor do.
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
Dr. Hoomst.
Lovely timey-wimey stuff.
No, that was my panel with Danny.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that was great. I love that panel.
Thank you. Thank
The
you.
fixing Godzilla versus King Ghidorah panel where they
Untying Godzilla's Gordian knot. Well, we have to do a podcast version of that.
I'd like to. I'd like to.
You
We
should.
should do a stream version of it so we can show the PowerPoint.
Yes,
You
indeed.
should, because there's a lot of good ideas. There's so many good ideas that you guys can bounce off of, with these movies.
Yeah, a lot of them I came
Yeah,
up with when I
people
was
were
like
asking us to
17,
do
and
something
I
like
just
that
dusted
with a
them off.
different movie now, and I'm like, I don't know, because
Yeah.
I know.
Anyway, 17-year-old Godzilla.
Anyway, all right. So since we're already talking about panels, why don't we go around and talk about some of our favorite panels that happened this weekend?
any of the ones I was in with Danny.
Any of the ones that you
Which
were in
was
with
all of
Danny,
them.
which was
That
all
was
of
it's
them.
pretty much all of them, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was all of them.
If I gotta say, my favorite panel was the fan tribute to Akira Takarada.
Oh,
Yeah.
That was a
Man,
very.
I was
very
ready to
beautiful-
hug Danny, just in case.
Me too. Me too. I wanted to go
I
out
feel
there
like
and
I
just
did.
give him
I
a
feel like I
hug.
did good. I didn't.
Yes,
I
you
didn't
did
lose
really
it.
good. I think so.
Thank you.
You did very
Thank
good.
you.
Your storytelling is so compelling and
Oh,
engaging.
thank you.
It really is. It's like you're talking to someone personally.
I
It's not like you're
Yeah.
telling an audience. You're telling someone face to face. And
that.
the way you told your teapot story, I almost cried.
Oh,
I almost
Oh,
cried.
as you should.
He looks like
Every
he's about to
time.
cry right now. Come here.
I am. About,
Come here.
I'm
Come
about to
here.
lose
Come
it.
here.
Come here.
The hug's getting bigger.
It was a hard story to sit there and tell to everyone, but it was important that I did it. And I feel like I did good. I got a little misty, but what actually eventually ended up getting me was and you guys can jump in if you'd like. We ended up going downstairs at the last few minutes of the autograph room. The Akira Takarada's son and his wife were there. Tetsuya and Maki Takarada.
You mean, wait, Takarada's wife?
No. His son's wife.
So the
Yes.
daughter-in-law.
Yes, his daughter-in-law. I should have
Okay.
just said that.
Yeah.
But they were down there. They'd been there the whole weekend, and I had not gotten a chance to go down. And I got my autographs from everyone, and I got to talk to them for a while. I talked to Maki-san first, and I attempted to say the phrase "Thank you for sharing your son with us," and it didn't quite come out because at that point I crumbled. All of the restraint that I had for the whole weekend.
Yeah, and I
was
think
gone.
you
Yeah.
the Takarada's actual son wasn't there, and I think you said you were going to leave if I hadn't shown up.
Yeah, he wasn't in the room at the time. He was off. I mean, they were closing that room down. It was time for the guests to move on. And I was about ready to leave, and Nate came in, and he started chatting with them, and I kind of moved in behind him and then jumped in. I got a pin from them with Takarada-san's face on it. She made them herself, and we had a nice chat. We all got business cards. Elijah was kind enough to bring up the Kaiju Ramen memorial article that I wrote on Takarada-san's behalf. It was an article. It's also on the GNP website, and it's on my Facebook of all places. And I made it into a Kaiju Ramen article.
And we talked about the live stream that we did, and you and I doing the episode on the Film Vault a few months ago on Mothra versus Godzilla, which was the first time either of us had seen the movie since his passing. And you know, it was
it was a good emotional moment, and we got cards from them. Tetsuya asked, he said he'd like to read what I wrote, so I got his card, and I'm gonna send him that link give Kaiju Ramen some clicks from some
Good.
important folks.
It deserves it.
Yeah,
It deserves all
yeah.
the clicks.
I hope that he gets something from it. There's also the slight possibility that teapot might end up going with them at some point.
I tried to get you to tell the story,
nothing-
but you weren't ready.
No, I was ready to do it, but they were trying to
They were
leave.
busy. Yeah.
And I didn't want to keep them there. They were packing up their boxes. I don't know if they're leaving now or tomorrow or whenever, but I mean, they got to fly all the way back to Japan. They've got stuff to do. It wasn't the right time for me to do it. So I will share the story with them when I send that article. And if they choose to read it or not, that's up to them. But yeah, that was a point where I had to I was like, I'm done. Stop cutting onions, Marchand. I'm done. I got myself
The onion ninjas are on the loose.
onion
Get together.
ninjas.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Andrew Winja, the Ninja Power Trip listener. Just want to say that right now.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. I hope
Shout
he's
out.
listening. But yeah, that was that part of the story. I'm glad I got to do that. It
And-
was special.
I thought it was touching. He shook all of our hands, and he didn't want to. He was like determined to keep shaking. Like it was.
Yeah.
All of our
It
hands.
was
Yeah.
so like.
He shook my hand for about 15 seconds straight, and then we both started laughing.
And he was bowing very low. And
Yes,
he was very
he bowed-
great. He was very grateful.
He bowed very low to us. It's
It
really
was-
special.
It was.
Just oh my
It-
gosh.
My heart was
Bye.
touched by it.
Okay.
I'm leaving.
All right. Yeah.
No, I'm fine. I'm all good.
You sure? You good?
Yeah.
Okay. I have all the
Is
hugs
it-
in the world.
Is it a group hug time now?
Oh, group hug.
Group hug
time.
Bring it in, everyone.
Yay!
Video thumbnail.
Yay!
Oh, speaking of which,
That was
speaking of panels,
Yes.
can we please talk about the costumes this year?
We gotta talk
Oh,
about
there were
my
so many good
gosh.
costumes this
Oh, it's
year.
The
ridiculous.
kids
favorite.
outdid it this
The-
year.
Yes.
The kids were. I'm gonna say it. I think the kids did better than the adults this year.
I have to agree.
There
with you on
was,
that one.
I think he was 16 years old.
Mhm.
The kid who made, he hand painted, and I think he made it probably with help from his parents, but he made a 2021 Mechagodzilla suit, and it glowed from his mouth. And I don't know who the winners were of the contests were.
I don't either.
Yeah,
Well,
I-
you gotta figure that out.
But I
Yeah.
really hope he won because that was amazing. The claws would open, and his tail was just so perfect and symmetrical. And I'm just like, wow!
Yeah.
It made me want to do a suit. And I actually,
Yeah, I've been kicking around doing a costume for a while. I have a few funny ideas that I might try out. The one that near the top would be Mr. Jaguar.
yes,
Of course, yes.
you should
Nice.
do it. You have
Yeah.
the height, you have the stature.
Mhm.
I actually it inspired me to sketch up my own plans and blueprints for an Orga suit that I've been
Oh,
wanting.
that would be amazing.
I've been wanting to make an Orga suit ever since I was 6. So, and now that I'm old enough, I have a job, I have a steady income, I can finally make it. So maybe
would-
next year.
I would say that the standouts that we had this year, weirdly enough, is actually we had several who did the human characters.
yeah.
Okay, the human characters are just as important. And I would say probably the one that stole all of our hearts was this little girl who was Gia
I
from
loved
Godzilla
her.
versus Kong,
She
and
had
we're
the
just like,
Kong.
and she had a little
was
Kong
so
doll.
adorable.
And we're like, she looks just like her. Oh my gosh, she's got the little
She was
doll.
so
I'm sure it's
cute.
all
Oh
on
my gosh.
YouTube. You guys
Yeah.
can look it up.
Hey guys,
because
I
it
know
was
someone
great.
told me it was live streamed. I don't know who live streamed
I
it,
don't
but somebody
know who
live streamed it.
Somebody live streamed
Yeah.
Michael was watching it. We were
Yeah,
getting-
yeah.
yeah.
He was sending us a little bit of commentary, and so that was really good. And then also, was it one of the kids? The Megalon.
The Megalon.
Megalon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Drill
with
hands.
with working drill hands. I'm like, he actually put it in a mechanical device in both hands that would make it spin. We did not know it was coming. Like
And
he
everyone
came-
did
The
it.
whole room was
like
everyone went
he
crazy.
came walking around the corner and then came up to the stage where you're supposed to do a little bit of a performance, maybe do a roar or something
Yeah.
like that. And he came up there and he just went, and it just started
Everyone
spinning.
exploded. It was great.
Every time he did it like 3 or 4 times, and the entire room just
and then the other one that was impressive was we had it felt like a life-size Manda.
Yes.
Manda
Yes.
that was done like a
parade float,
like a
Chinese
parade float in
parade.
a Chinese New Year parade.
Yeah. I mean, those are in Japan too. So it kind of reminded me a lot of the the beginning of, you'll appreciate this, the beginning of the Great Yokai War,
Yes.
where the Kirin bops him on the head.
Yes,
you know, like
and
that.
bops him on the head like the dragon.
You've been chosen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God, I love that movie.
What a
Yeah.
great movie.
Yeah, so yeah, the costumes were pretty impressive, I have to say.
And the
this year.
Anguirus and the Godzilla.
The
Oh yeah,
That was so
Those
cool.
are, that's what
the fight choreography.
Oh,
That was
I
great.
was so surprised. Like there was even I called it a, I guess, reverse drop kick, because Godzilla goes for Anguirus, he just goes reverse kangaroo kick.
And it's impressive because usually when you see the costumes, they're almost ready to fall apart. Usually they're held up by duct tape, cardboard. These suits were so, dense, and so they could take a hit. And they really took advantage of that by really like making these choreographed or choreographed.
There we go. That's fine.
Thank you. It's been a long weekend.
Ideal in words.
Very long weekend.
But these fights, they're so intricate, and then they'd hug at the end. It's so cool. It was so cool. The suits, I think, were my favorite part of G-Fest.
Yeah, it's something that I think people need to realize, is that it's called cosplay for a reason. It's costume play. You have to do performance with it, and some people take it very seriously and they don't break character.
Like old Hank.
Yeah, Hank, man.
That was very fun. I like that. We got to talk about, and again, this one's for you, Nate. The Matango Man.
The Matango Man.
That was scarily accurate.
And the fact that they were piping the music through really helped. It was like eerie how close he got the body language when he was moving.
Yeah. By the way,
Yeah.
Doomzilla, I filmed a good chunk of the costume parade. I will put it in my vlog, which will hopefully be up either tomorrow or Tuesday. So be on the
Ooh, I
lookout
can't
for
wait.
that.
Yeah, and then if we want to move on from the costumes to what was going on before that, the other G-Fest tradition, Jeopardy.
Oh yeah,
It was you and me, and it was weirdly, we wanted to audition, but they moved it up the auditions. We didn't know about that. We're like, dang it. And so our goal next year is we want it to be you, me, and Danny.
There he is. I was about to say,
Yeah,
where
we
did
want
he
it to
go?
be. Yeah, we want it to be you, me, and Danny, and we'll see if our friendship survive. Even though Danny will win.
Danny
Oh,
will
I
probably
know
win.
about that.
Danny will win. But it was weirdly educational, because one category was dedicated to foreign alternate titles for Godzilla films. And I was like, oh yeah, it's like, I know some of them, like every monster in Germany is called Frankenstein, because that's what Germany does. But no, we found out about some very important things.
Indeed.
Some very important things. And I don't remember the exact title, but the one that we really latched onto was I don't even remember what country it was. I wish I could remember. I'd have to reference the picture. It's shout out to Skip Peel. He's the one who runs this part. And all we remember of it is it was for Godzilla. It was for Mothra versus Godzilla.
Mm-hmm.
And when you translate it literally from the foreign language, it meant part of the title was The Fabulous Empire. I'm like, what? They brought it up, I'm like, huh? And then you had to identify which movie it was. Nobody got any of them right, I think.
I don't think so.
And then the other one was a movie we got to see. Well, I got to see this weekend. Have you seen At the Edge of Reality this weekend?
I did not see At the Edge of Reality.
You did not see At the Edge of Reality. I'm so sorry. Oh dear.
Not quite.
Not quite. No, not quite at all. With the Chester-Toga Man.
Indeed, yes.
Yes, launching the Beetle God. It was quite impressive. Yes.
Yes. But not just the Fabulous.
Yeah, with the Fabulous Empire. Yeah, apparently, I think it was an Italian title.
I think
the
so.
Italian title for Godzilla versus Megalon is At the Edge of Reality.
At the Edge of Reality. It sounds like a tagline and not a title.
Or a line in the trailer.
Yeah.
It's like, At the Edge of Reality lies the kingdom of Seatopia and their beetle god. In a world at the edge of reality, where a smiley robot punches a beetle god in the face.
We need to make a fan trailer of that.
At the edge of reality. We make it look like it's like a legitimately a legitimately crazy BA movie.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like, and then we got to get a bunch of.
Yeah, get the Inception bass in there.
Yes, we definitely need that.
Modern trailer that thing. You modern trailer that thing. That's a YouTube trend.
Yes. Danny, how's your cool? I know you have a cool announcer voice, but how's your trailer voice?
I'm trying to get it better. It's not quite.
Not quite.
Not quite.
I tried to do Peter. I think
Peter
only
Cushing?
I can't.
Peter Cullen. Oh, okay.
Only he can do. I can. I would be. It would be insulting if I tried it.
Yeah, well, let's not and say we did.
That's right.
All righty, good talk. All right, so let's move on. Let's talk about all the money we spent in the vendor room this
Oh, good
year.
Lord. I should have brought some of the stuff. I mean, the only thing I'm showing off that I bought was this, but I spent more than I should have, way more than I should have.
Yeah,
I
again, that's par
I
for the
got.
course.
I had to get a Bandai Megalon and Gigan to go with my Playmates jet, and so I got that. I got a couple of things for my co-host Travis. I found there were some Kamen Riders sprinkled in, so I got a few Kamen Rider things for him, including the infamous Bee Woman. Google it sometime, people. Bee Woman Kamen Rider. 2 words, B Cup. Anyway.
Okay. Wow.
So
It's a family-friendly show.
yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
You know that, Renee.
And I know I'm terrible.
You know
And what are some other things I got in there? The big thing is I broke down today and bought a figure from Seismic when I shouldn't have, but he gave me a little bit of a deal, and I'm like, it's going away, and it's for Dawn of the Monster. So I'm like, fine. I caved. I'm going to be paying for this so hard.
Doomzilla wants to know who spent the most.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm sorry, I missed something. What?
Doomzilla asked who spent the most.
I think it's you, man. I think it's you.
Yeah, it's definitely me.
Get over here.
Speak.
That was startling.
Confess your crimes.
It's like his heart exploded.
Okay.
That was mine too. I think my heart exploded.
Well,
Yeah.
to start things off, on Friday, I bought a Trendmasters Mecha Ghidorah mint in box. I bought a T-shirt for the con, like Nathan has. I bought a mug for the con. I bought a Dai Tokusatsu Mook. I bought
What?
a Dai Tokusatsu Mook,
What is a mook?
Magazine book.
a magazine book.
Oh, okay. So I've never heard that
Yeah.
made up word.
Matt knows all about them. Let me tell you. I bought a Godzilla 1984, Godzilla vs. Biollante, Godzilla 2000, Godzilla Against Mechagodzilla theater program. Let's see here. What else did I get?
He's going through his whole list. I didn't even
I
say
am.
everything I got.
Oh dear.
I got the SHMAs for Godzilla 89 and 2004.
And that got you dirty looks.
Yeah, I was walking around. I had them in my arm. I was just kind of like walking around with them, and people just kept like side eyeing me. It's like I didn't.
Like first come, first serve.
Yeah, like I'm sorry. Go buy your own.
There's more in there. There's more.
There was more. I think I bought the last 04, but you can find another one.
They're on Amazon right now for anywhere from
there you go.
$88 to $200.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
see. I got trying to think here because I took a photo. I got Message from Space on DVD, which I was so happy about because that's like really hard to get now. And I got it for $20. And I had a copy and then I lost it. And I was so upset, but now I got it back and now I can watch Message from Space. Who has the amazing Hiroki Sanada. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He was in the Wolverine, Avengers Endgame. Did I say that name right?
Hiroki Sanada?
Yeah,
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
One of the greatest actors in the world.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy who should be in a Godzilla movie but isn't.
It hasn't happened yet. It needs to happen.
Yeah. I got these today, the 2014 theater program and the Godzilla Final Wars theater program. I also got Shin Ultraman's theater program. As I mentioned earlier, I bidded on a King of the Monsters poster and spent a lot of money getting it. And it had Alan Maxson and Richard Dorton, Michael Dougherty, TJ Storm, and Jason Miles all signed it. And there's more. I got a lot of books. I'm becoming
I
mad.
got a lot of books too.
I got Steve Rifle's Japan's
Monster,
favorite
Japan's
monster.
favorite
I
monster.
can't believe
Yeah.
you found that.
Yeah,
Oh,
and it was
wow.
for $20.
Wow.
That's a steal for that.
That was
awesome.
great. That was great. I'm turning into Matt though. I bought more books.
Welcome
Than
to the
figures.
club. Where do you think I get
Yeah.
all
Robert's
of
the
my
bookman
research?
too.
Yeah, so I'm gonna turn into a grumpy old man. I already told Matt
I think
this,
you
so
already
it's okay.
are. You're a grumpy old middle schooler.
Okay, I was like, wait a minute.
Nate's just
I
full
still-
of lovely things to say about his friends today.
Indeed.
Can I join Team Savage? I think I've got the credentials at this point.
I
No, you're
mean,
just hurt.
You'll have to check with Laura Fitkin. I think she's in charge of that.
So yeah, I spent too much money, and I went in with Danny one last time. I wasn't gonna buy anything.
You fool! You should have known better.
Every time I
You
went in
fool.
there, I got something, and then these were just screaming my name, and I was like, okay, fine. Here's $50.
Yeah, I looked at him and I said,
Fine.
"You're weak. You're weak, my
Yeah,
friend."
yeah,
But
but-
then I left with 7 gashapons, so it's fine.
Yeah. So Danny can't talk.
But I only spent $40 on my 7 gashapons.
Okay, I spent
$50 on 2
on 2
books.
books.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
But
but
you can't even read.
but there's interviews from like Ryuei Kitamura
Yeah,
and like
no, because
other awesome stuff. Google Translate.
yeah, there are ways.
Yeah.
there are ways.
I could commission people.
Type in Japanese on Google Translate.
Huh?
But you gotta scan.
I
it.
can take a photo.
I
Yeah.
didn't know you could do that.
And then I'll
That's
know
awesome.
everything.
Yeah.
I gotta
Yeah, there are apps where you can just hold
So,
it up and use the camera.
When I know more about Godzilla Final Wars and Godzilla 2014 and beat you in podcasting about them.
Oh, a challenge has been issued.
Oh,
Yes.
Shots fired.
you'll come talking to me and be like, "Where'd you get that information?" I'll be like, "From the books I bought.
Yeah.
Get on my level."
Wow.
So that's it. I'm going to get out of the hot seat now because I think I'm about to get jumped.
All right, settle down, children.
Kids.
Now,
You're
now,
broke.
children.
We're all
children.
broke here. It's fine.
We're all broke here.
We're all broke
it's
now.
okay.
I had like
We all
an empty bag and now it's like this.
Hot seat.
Hot seat.
Hot seat.
Hot seat.
I left all my stuff in the
Heat
car.
seat.
Let's see what
The
the
heat seat. Oh, okay. I like it because it rhymes. Heat seat.
heck did I get? I got
Sounds.
a Malaysian region-free DVD of Godzilla Singular Point.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
I was like, I just got to have it on physical media because you never know how long Netflix is going to last, especially these
I mean,
days.
physical
Yeah.
media is the way to go.
Although those
Oh, yeah.
subtitles will probably be suspect.
Oh,
Probably, but
yeah.
they got
That's what I
the dub
told
on
him,
there.
but
They
it's
got the
worth
dub
it.
Oh,
on
okay,
there.
good. Then you're safe.
And let's see, what else did I get? I got a free copy of this novel, I Shall Not Mate, by
Ooh.
Neil over there.
Oh, hi, Neil.
He's watching it stream, yes.
And let's see, what else did I get? Ooh, this is
Kinda got
cool.
like a Last
I
Supper thing
did
going on here.
Patronize a lot of, or I did go to a lot of artists. This is Hiroshi Kanatani's Ultraman sketchbook.
Oh, I thought about getting that.
Yeah, I love Bemlar on the back here. He's so great. This is his little crazy face. And
Can't have more. It can't have enough crazy face.
even though it's not translated, I got a lot of books too. So I got Dinosaur War Eisenborg, the
See, I wanted that.
yeah, by Matt Frank and Hiroshi.
I'm
So
hold-
it's
'cause I'm-
beautiful.
I'm like the.
Oh, that's out.
It's
Down
not
Japan.
in
I'm-
English
Oh,
yet.
it's okay.
I'm gonna have to. I have to steal a look at that because I'm insanely addicted to Eisenborg.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's,
Lord Tyrannus.
I just did that on a stream. Yeah, that was,
Oh,
yeah, they
right.
showed that.
and
I want
Yeah.
that on the film vault so bad.
oh, you should, yeah.
You want what on the film vault?
Attack of the Super Monsters.
You should get it on the. If you need somebody to do the dinosaur guy, I'll do. the
Lord
voice.
Tyrannus.
I'll do it.
He's just a hobo on the island.
Yeah,
He
he's
just
just holding
yells
it.
at people.
Tiny little book on the making of King Kong. I just love it because it is
Ooh.
so cute.
It's
That is
adorable.
the smallest thing about the making of that movie ever made.
Yeah.
About the 4-hour long movie.
Yeah, 4-hour-long movie with this.
With about
Candy
25
Circus is
hours of
super
special
hilarious.
features.
Yeah, and that's
That
only on the
does look
second
silly,
disc.
but it's-
And then if you
Yeah.
buy
Part of
this
the charm.
other
Yeah.
set of bonus features.
Yeah. I got just tons of stuff. I got another Kong-related thing. It just has like, a lot of cool pictures in it, like
Oh, okay.
Ape Monster of the Movies, which was published all the way back in the year crap, where is it?
1259.
I wouldn't be surprised. This thing.
The year 11. Just it's that
I can't
11.
read
Roman numerals.
1180.
It's probably the 70s, I
Let me
assume,
see it.
around there.
It was
Let me
up
see.
here.
Oh, up here?
The copyright.
Sorry.
We're doing it live.
All right.
Stand
by, folks. We're figuring
I
out
want to
things.
say
That's
1975.
Figuring out numbers.
Yeah,
That would make sense. Around the
There we
time of
go.
the De Laurentiis remake.
Standing up.
Yeah,
Don't
just-
you feel about 10 years older?
And
Every time I
then-
sit down,
Oh
I'm
my
just like,
God.
cramping in my
My
back.
legs were killing me yesterday because I participated in the running scene, the filming of a running
For
scene.
Dojo
Oh,
for
sweet.
Dojo Studio.
That's why my legs hurt. I forgot I did
Yeah.
that.
I was, yeah.
You gotta
I-
stretch them out.
I'm gonna
I
have to-
learned that
I'm gonna
Elijah
try
is allergic to running.
Honestly,
Hey,
so
who
am
is it?
I.
I
Yeah.
am.
I think I'm gonna do it. See if you guys can hear it. Ready?
Oh.
I heard it.
I didn't hear it.
I didn't.
Did you?
I didn't.
No. I won't survive a second time.
I want to make sure he can walk by the end of this. So can we not?
I'm taller now.
Oh, how about
I'm
that?
actually not slouched anymore. Like it actually
Weird.
did fix me. Like
Oh, okay.
you guys heard that. You guys didn't hear it, but
Maybe
you two heard
I
it.
should try that because I'm kind of
Yeah,
short.
sorry for scaring
I'm
you.
not as short as I made it out to be, but I am kind of short.
But anyway, but 'twas a fraction of what I have purchased. I came in with a lot of bills, and I only have like about 55 left. I was tempted to get a little Gorosaurus figure, but I was just like, I should probably keep this $55.
Yeah, use it for half a tank of gas.
Exactly. Well, actually, I'm flying, but
Just
something
still.
like food or whatever, shelter.
or shelter. I don't know.
Anyway, yeah. So it was a good haul this year.
All right, awesome. I don't have any of my stuff with me because I'm staying at a different hotel. But yeah, what did I get? What did I get? My husband's over there. What did we get, babe? We got a bunch of movies. We got Uktena among one of
That's a
them.
good one. Nice.
Yes, the new
Yeah.
SRS film.
I like
Yes,
that one a lot.
and War of the God Monsters. I think I just
So
got.
did
today.
I actually saw that on the big screen. It was wonderful.
Yeah, they
Oh,
played
yeah?
it in your hometown.
They did, right at my local theater. Yeah,
That's
they played that. They played the original Godzilla, Gamera, Guardian of the Universe, and Mothra.
Oh,
It was a good month.
Yes,
yeah, that's
indeed.
awesome.
Nice.
All right. Oh, Matt popped in.
Oh,
Hi, Matt.
Mr. Briquette.
Hey,
Yeah, where are you from? We're downstairs of the Hyatt.
Oh, we're gonna get a Matt cameo.
We might.
A live Matt cameo.
Are we gonna get a Matt cameo?
Are we
Maybe.
to be thus blessed?
If you want to come downstairs and then
That
look
would
to
be
your
nice.
right, you can join us.
Just follow my loud voice.
Follow Danny's
all
voice.
of our loud voices.
Follow all of our loud voices. You shall find us.
Where are you?
Matt Bucket, we summon thee.
We summon thee. Do we need to like draw his name on the ground?
No. What we have to do, we have to
Say his
summon
name 3 times. Look in a mirror.
No, we have to say Greasy Strangler 3 times. That's how we have to do it.
Greasy Strangler.
Greasy Strangler. Greasy Strangler.
I think we have to do that in chant. I summon thee.
Pentagram or something.
Yeah, I don't want to accidentally.
Let's confirm. Do we actually want a Matt cameo?
Yes.
If he's asking. Yes, we
Yes.
want one.
Yes.
Yes.
We could
Come,
do
it.
get your
Do
butt
it
down
now.
here. Do it now.
The people upstairs are like, who are these people screaming about? Who is Matt? But we're like, yes, Matt.
Yeah.
Also, might I add, Matt. Anyway, just throwing that out.
Oh, he's
talking about the monster attack team.
No.
Oh, no, he has an extra teeth.
We probably should. But he did. So we've been saying it. We can't tell.
We're not saying Matt.
Nathan, Nate, we got a comment from Raph. Nathan, your recent podcast episode on Power Rangers SPD was fantastic. Cannot wait to hear your thoughts on Mystic Force, my kaiju waifu.
It's Tassus, the terror sphinx. I know exactly what you're talking about. And that's interesting of a choice there. Is it just specifically kaiju, or is it your Power Ranger waifu? Because if you listen, you know who mine is. Everyone knows.
I feel like the hotel staff doesn't know. You should go tell them.
Yeah, let the whole world know.
Hotel staff on the hot seat.
The hot seat.
The hot seat. We'd be here for hours.
They'd just be like,
what is with all of these weird nerds?
Like, what, J-Fest? What is that? I don't know her.
What is that?
Who
I'll
is
take their
she?
money and give them food, but
Okay.
what?
I don't know what is going on. What is that?
Are they speaking a foreign language? I think it's a foreign language.
Is that Chinese?
Are they speaking in tongues?
Oh my god, my dad told me about
What is a Ghidorah?
Is it a door? I heard door.
Remember back in 2005,
Yeah.
they were lining up
I've
outside
heard that one too.
and they were like, "Oh, War of the Worlds, that's what they're seeing." I
Oh,
was like, "No, we were not seeing War of the Worlds." It's
No.
on there for Tom Cruise.
We're all just waiting.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the match. What
We're
else
just-
can we talk about while waiting for the match?
All right. Well,
who hasn't
we have.
talked about collectibles yet?
Oh, okay. Who hasn't
Anybody
spoken?
got anything else?
Who has not spoken?
Come on,
Something?
come on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, it could be really quick. You just say, "I bought all the orgas."
I bought all the orgas.
No, because I already have all the
That's
Oh, there you go.
So,
That's
so it's
why.
collect all orgas.
collect
Collect
all
the orgas, yes.
Well, I didn't buy much this year.
That's
I
fine.
actually kept it under $400, which is crazy.
well done.
I think the most expensive thing I got
That
was
is a challenge.
$600. I got a very nice Gyakushu Goji marmot.
Thank you.
Adjusting the mic.
I know. Yes.
Gotta get that quality sound.
Yeah, buddy.
But other than that, this year I did do something a little different. I gave out like a good chunk, about 70% of my Godzilla collection.
Oh, there he is! Matt of Monstrosities has just entered the premises. Yay. Matt, you get the hot seat. Come on, sit right here. Oh, it's okay.
Ooh, I'm on Kaiju Kim's channel.
Oh my God,
Again.
hello.
In real
In
life.
person, in real life.
In 4D.
In 4D.
Well,
Oh, ew,
Matt,
greasy.
the 4D Matt.
I am.
You're so
I am
greasy. Why are you so greasy? Ew.
Have you strangled anybody?
I'm thinking about it. Thinking about
It was
it.
probably me earlier. Come here, Mark. I will greasy strangle you.
I may or I may not have ripped that movie to my hard drive, right?
I wouldn't be
So-
surprised.
And I may not have had that movie on loop all day. So whenever I walk back into my room, the movie's just playing. You know, I mean, most kaiju conventions, people want kaiju movies to be playing all the time, and I'm like, I'm done with my kaiju. There's not enough grease on my kaiju. You know, so yeah, there's a lot of stuff wrong.
He buys Bandai's.
I look forward to not being on your channel again.
Okay.
So I'm sorry for crashing, but thank you for letting me.
Oh, no,
We
yeah.
invited you.
Yeah, we
We
invited you.
summoned
We summoned you.
Oh, you're going to quickly regret that decision here.
No, we
Did you have a good G-Fest?
I had a good G-Fest. Did you? I mean, you got here a day late because of Little Miss Rona, but
It is not. Yeah, it is not the G-Fest that I wanted, but it is. You know, it was fun. It was filled with a lot of memories, some weird highlights, which I don't know if I will go on to here, but there was some pretty cool stuff that happened. So
oh, that's awesome.
yeah. So
Did you spend the money?
that's it. I did, but you know, I didn't find nearly as much as what I wanted.
So Elijah bought it all before he could get to it.
Yeah. And that's a real thing too. I came here on Saturday. I don't know what was here Friday. And chances are a lot of stuff, just moved, and I just was seeing what I was seeing. Not that I wanted to miss Friday, but stuff happens. But no, I picked up some things here and there. Like one or two books that got for pretty cheap. Couple got those like Shin Ultraman magnets that are really cool, like the heads of the monsters and that kind of thing. So yeah, but it was mostly just really good seeing people and getting to meet you, getting to meet just tons of people. Valerie in person, seeing like Jake D'Annunzio again in person, Andres, so. And I think you have a Professor Kaiju in your chat.
Oh yeah, we do.
And
We
it's
do.
just- it really needs to be mentioned that his son Jake really is missing his father.
Yes.
And I think the man just really needs to just own up to the fact. I know he's heard of his son. He's just never seen his son, you know? And
Yeah.
I think it's time to put us.
I think it's time.
Totally.
Oh, good
well,
Lord.
thank you for having me on.
Thank you for joining us, even if it is just for a moment.
No. I mean, I don't want to take up the hot seat, though. There's other people here.
The heat seat
I like
we're
that.
calling
The
him.
heat seat's better.
I'm telling him he's a grown man. He could afford his own rent.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. No, it was a really good con. It was a really good con. So.
Yeah, we had a good time.
What was your favorite part?
Favorite part?
Oh, getting here. You know what? No, you know what my favorite part was? I'm not even going to kid you. It's the fact that Norman's panel went off without a hitch whatsoever.
That
I mean,
panel
that was a good panel.
Outstanding.
And, you know, there could have been a million things that could have gone wrong with that, including our internet connection. But literally, I don't think, besides some audio issues and stuff, I think that it came out the best way it possibly could. You know, it ran over by half an hour because people wanted it to run over. And the only reason why it stopped was the hotel was like, we got to clear the room, you know, and people would have sat there still listening to his stuff. And they sold out all his books. So like this isn't like inside baseball, but they weren't even sure that they were going to be able to sell any books, you know.
Wow.
That's not to you know, whatever, but the fact that so many people were enthusiastic, not just about the panel, but about the book is very exciting because, you know, everybody, you know, it is the best book written about the genre in the Western world. And I know that's, you know, kind of high praise, but it's true. You're not going to get a story like Norman's anywhere else. You know, the guy lived this stuff, you know what I mean? And now he's sharing it with us. And I think that, you know, this really just proved that, you know, people still love that. And I think that, you know, I hope they gave him kind of like a shot of just adrenaline and excitement that, yes, you know, there are still ways to get his book out there. We just need to find ways to reach the right people, you know? Mm-hmm. So I think that was the highlight. For sure.
Awesome. So, well, thank you for joining us, Matt.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
I don't know if you heard me before that panel. Like, oh, look at this guy. He's so greasy. Yes, you're just setting up.
Oh, you know what? I did hear something like that, and I heard something. I thought it was your voice, and I kind of smiled. You know, I was too.
Yeah,
okay,
you were.
I'm gonna tell this story on here. Okay, you're gonna get an exclusive because this is another highlight of my whole thing. But I got to tell somebody off.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh no, it wasn't you. But
you wish, man.
Well, is it who I'm thinking of?
Oh, it's exactly who you thought it was. because and now I have photographic proof. Andres actually took a photo the moment it happened, and it was like
Andres sent me the pic.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant.
What happened?
But okay, I won't drop names. Is that good? Is that good?
That's fine.
But let's just say that there was a certain prominent member of our community who had a panel before ours, who wasn't clearing out before ours. So because he wasn't clearing out, like we had to do extra setup. And like I told you, there was all this technical stuff going on, connections, whatever. And this guy asked me to say hi to Norman for him. I'm like, sure, bud. Great.
Oh, I think I witnessed this moment.
And then as we're setting up, we're trying to get the audio going. This guy, you know, the room's cleared, he's done, decides to jump up on stage and just get in the camera to be like, hey, Norman, what's going on? And in front of the entire room, which was a packed room, I got to say, you know, blank, go away, nobody cares.
Oh my goodness.
And the guy cleared off. And let me just say, it was very cathartic because, you know, again, me and this person he doesn't know it, but there's history there because, you know, there's some bad mojo that this guy does. But it was fun. I was not expecting it. And Norman was watching this live and he was laughing about it.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean? It's a weird highlight, but it just was, and then the outburst at your panel. So I'm just a jolly old guy over here loving everybody. You know? But I got to be honest with you. I got no more F's to give anymore, and I'm kind of done. And I'm sorry that some people have to do it, but it's like it's about respect. It's about, you know, all that stuff. That's where it comes from at the very least. I don't know if it's good, but that's where it comes from.
Yes.
So.
All right, Gerald, the name of Norman's book is Behind the Kaiju Curtain. We highly recommend checking it out. It's amazing.
Check it out. It's
yes.
great.
All right.
Read
I have
it.
talked way too long. Somebody else needs to sit in the heat seat.
All right, who's
heat seat?
Yes, whose turn is it to sit in the heat seat?
Well, what's our next topic?
Thanks for stopping by, Matt.
No, you know what? I'm gonna hang out. I'm hanging out. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's sticking around.
I'm okay
folks.
with that. All right, let me just look at my phone and see what else we need to.
I know it's snow.
All right, so we all had a good time.
There's an
Okay.
alert.
I think everyone's
7:19.
a little ratchet right now, but that's okay. All right, so I guess we can talk about. We all had a good time at G-Fest, but maybe we can talk about maybe one or two things that didn't go quite as planned, because that seems to be the theme for this weekend for me at least. But anyone?
I think we've got a couple of stories like that. I have a happy accident story. I
Okay,
can tell.
sit.
Here, I've been sitting back here assembling gashapons while I've been listening to all these stories, and I seem to be missing the tail of one of them. So after we finish, I'm gonna have to look on the
We'll
floor,
crawl.
crawl around on the floor until I can find it. But
Don't step on it.
no, well, if I do, then it's 6
Oh,
o'clock.
intermission. Okay. All right,
Okay,
Gerald.
okay.
Gerald says, "Tell Nate."
Doing it live.
All right, Nate. Gerald says that you need to do a review of Jetman on Power Trip.
Hey, that's a good idea.
It's coming.
It's coming. Okay, there he
There
goes.
we go.
That's the one. Okay. All right, speak.
Rough. I'm sorry. Hey, thanks. He found the tail. Elijah, you're my hero.
Yay.
We found it, everyone.
found
I
it.
know you were all very concerned, but
were-
our long
Oh,
national nightmare is over.
I was gonna
Yeah.
lose sleep over that.
So this,
They're cathartically. There you go. Whatever.
oh,
Anyway.
the big seat.
I'm stealing your seat.
You go right ahead.
Yeah,
that
buddy.
way they can see you. That's
Yeah,
better.
there you go.
That's perfect.
There
That's
she
perfect.
is.
There she is. There she is. So when I got my room, I got a king of just a king bed. And when I got here, they said, "Oh, we don't have that. We don't have one of those. We don't have one of those available." I'm like, "Oh, okay.
Okay.
What am I gonna do?" I had a little mini panic attack for a second there, and then they said, "But we do have a 2-bed and a balcony." Same price. Yeah, same price. So I ended up getting it. And then as it turns out, my folks were driving through town. They wanted to see me do some of my panels. So I had a place for them to sleep. So it ended up being a very happy accident. It all worked out very well. So that's a happy accident. And again, I am really not going to sit here and complain because I've had so much fun. I'm having way too much fun to complain about stuff, but I have to talk about the in-house channel.
I never got to see it.
So the in-house channel this year was a little wonky. Every movie that was projected was in black and white because the feed was weird. Everything was just black and white. The aspect ratio was off, and the subtitles were cut off on the bottom, 10% of the screen.
No.
And there's a big black bar at the top. So the subtitles for everything were gone. Yeah, again, it was all in black and white, and I believe, and you guys can quote me on this. I mean, don't quote. You can correct me on this, I should say, if I'm wrong. But I am pretty sure that the program was repeated at least 2 days because I kept waking up at the same times every night on Friday night and Saturday night. No, Thursday night and Friday night, and those mornings as well. And it was the same exact movies and the same exact TV episodes playing in the same order. I feel like 90% of the program was Johnny Sacco episodes.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And again, I'm not going to complain. I just like having that stuff on. I'll just have it on. Pardon me. Kept it on all night. It was cool. And but yeah, it was the same. It was like a weird programming thing. It was not in color. The aspect ratio was weird. And also, weirdly enough, I don't have any details on this, but in the GFest program book, there's typically a schedule for all the films on the in-house channel and when they play. There wasn't one this year, and there was a little disclaimer inside that said, due to technical difficulties, we cannot provide our attendees with the schedule for the in-house channel. I don't know what that means. I don't know if it has anything to do with the weird aspect ratio. I have a feeling it was plugged in somewhere in a room and then something went wrong and nobody checked it. It is a incredibly minor thing. This is not a complaint at all. It's just an observation. I was just happy to listen. I would have been happy if it was playing upside down, reversed over a toilet. Like I just wanted it to have.
Like when you podcast with me.
That's. Do we really want to go there? Do we really go?
You brought it up earlier.
No,
Settle
listen.
down, children.
Wow.
Boys, boys.
The natives are restless. So yeah, the
Natives.
the
Oh,
name.
I loved it.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you.
Got sad trombone.
Wait,
But
what?
I like it.
Give me my badum-tish.
There, you got it.
Thank you.
Thank you. The natives are. I was proud of that.
I like it. I'm the queen. I decide. That
This
it
is why you're
wonderful.
this is why you're the best, Kim. This is why you're the best. That's pretty much all.
Japanese and-
I think everything else really worked. The only other thing that happened was one of my panels, my mic was out for the first panel, and then they came in and fixed it immediately, and it was fine.
Yeah.
So these are not complaints.
Yeah.
These are just
Mishaps.
mishaps, and that's all good. I'm done. Anybody
Yeah.
else got
Oh,
stuff?
Elijah and I got a story
Oh, okay.
about
Go for it.
Thursday
Oh, just.
Thursday. Hang on.
What's happening?
Oh,
Let
I
me
just
when we
think.
went to go see the movies.
Oh,
Come on, we got to tell the story.
Oh,
We got to
boy.
tell this
Okay.
story.
Oh
Okay,
my
so
God.
so the way G-Fest works is that the con is officially Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but they do do the double features at the Pickwick on Thursday.
Mhm.
So we were like, we're going to go see that so we could go see Hedera and Megalon together. And then we saw Godzilla 54 and the Godzilla versus the Sea Monster, Ever Horror of the Deep, whichever title you want, later that night. And we went, as is our G-Fest tradition, we got Giordano's pizza.
Mhm.
And he's never had Chicago style
yeah. I was going to
pizza
say
before.
it's not my tradition, but
Yeah, but
I participated in
I
it.
guess
it is G-Fest tradition.
Yes.
So here's the thing that I had to learn again for the first time in 3 years. When you are driving from the G-Fest Hotel to go to the Pickwick, you need to blot out 10 minutes or so to get there and about an hour to find a parking space. Even on a Thursday afternoon, it took us forever to find a place to park because there's a festival going on and there's a park nearby and there's a festival going on. We're like, oh my gosh, people, stop taking all the parking spaces.
Oh, yeah.
But we did find one.
We did find one, and then a van from my home state of Indiana stole it right before we could pull in.
Ah, really?
And I shook my he'll vouch for it. I shook my fist at it and said,
You were pulling in to back out to pull in.
Yeah.
And we pulled in and started backing out. I was like, Nathan, there's a van.
Oh my god.
And then it was like,
and then we
okay.
saw the license plate, and it was from my home state of Indiana, and I just shook my fist at it. You can confirm this. I said, "Screw you, Indiana van."
You said Husker.
What?
What's the Husker?
Oh, Hoosier van.
Hoosier.
Hey, screw you, Hoosier van.
Yeah.
That's what people from Indiana are called. It's weird. I can't explain it. Anyway, so we go down a little bit, and then we find another spot. I was checking the signs to make sure that there wasn't some parking restriction or like, as I know, I'm not used to Chicago downtown, but I know how downtown parking works. So we pull in, go in, we start watching the movies. So we get through the first double feature. It's maybe it's like 4:30.
4:30.
4:30, and we come back, and every single, including that cursed Hoosier van, got slapped with parking tickets because apparently you are not allowed on this stretch of street to park there, but no, between
It was
2 and 4, or 4 to
It
6
was
a.m.
4 to 6.
Well, between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. I'm like, what?
It was like 4 to
What?
6 and 8 to 10.
Yeah, I was just Chicago. Why?
So 30 minutes
Why?
in, ticket.
Yeah, I just why? Just why?
Why?
Just no. No, that kind of put a buzzkill on everything. We were having such a good time. And then I saw that, and then thankfully it didn't put a damper on the whole weekend. But that was not fun.
That does not sound fun. Oof. From
Well,
Disneyland.
one
Ouch.
thing that I would say didn't go well is I have got to catch my shuttle to the airport.
Oh.
Yeah, I have a flight at like 9 something. So
Oh, you get out of here. What are you doing here?
I gotta go.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you gotta get there, man. You got places to
I just wanted to
go.
say you can find me on Twitter at Montserrat Robert. You see that
Montserrat
right
Robert.
there?
Yes.
Probably.
Robert. There we go.
Montserrat Robert. There we go. And thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Robert,
Thanks
you
for
got
being
your-
on the show.
You got your suitcase and everything, man?
All right, you got everything you need.
All right,
Get out of
before
here.
you go, I need hugs, my man.
Yes, hugs. Oh, like more hugs. Yay. Hooray. Live hugs are the best.
Good G. Great G.
Good G-Fest. Great G-Fest.
10 out of 10.
Yes.
10 out of 10. All right, everybody.
Hooray! Round of applause for Robert, everybody.
Round of applause.
I do have.
Back on the show at some point.
Yeah, I did think of something.
Text me when you get home. Text me when you get home. Yeah, I'll be driving, but text me when you get home.
I do want to bring up something that we can all talk about that is related to that, and that is I want to give a little bit of a shout out to some G Fest friends who did not join us this year, for sure. So so John LeMay, I miss seeing you here this year, man. So I hope you can come back next year. Yeah. So that's one, and I know there's a few others that we could probably talk about. So there were some mainstays who weren't here this year.
Aw, yeah.
Does anyone else want to talk about that?
Does anyone want to
missing
speak?
mainstays?
Missing mainstays. I mean, John was a big one. I guess I'll come over there again. I've been getting up and walking a lot.
We need the exercise. We're old.
We are incredible. We are old, aren't we? We are old, aren't we?
Yeah.
I mean, you mentioned John LeMay earlier, and gosh, I sure miss his giant arms. That man was.
He looks like Hulk Hogan.
He's got some wrestlers.
27-inch pythons.
And
we just scared off our viewers.
we're sorry, everybody. I had to work this thing. Darn. There you go. So anyway, this is beautiful. What is this machine? I'm going to push this button here. It looks shiny.
And we're done with that. Okay.
All right, for real. Gosh, help me out here, Nate. I mean, John wasn't here. Kyle wasn't here. Most of the collect. Don Fry.
Don Fry. We missed Don Fry.
Do you want me to say something that would make you cry?
No, we don't need Danny crying.
We don't need any more crying. No more.
Please.
Stop
Leave
it.
my Danny alone.
No, with the crying. Cruel.
Go join Godzilla in hell.
Whoa, no.
Oh,
No.
hey.
No, that's horrible.
Settle down.
You know better on this show, bro. What do you got to say, man?
Akira Takarada.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true. And then he apparently we learned from his son this year that
It was going to be this year.
he wanted to come this year.
You know what? No, because you know what? Akira is here.
Yes,
That's something
in
else.
spirit.
Okay,
He is here.
this is something that was shared with me before you two came down. I was talking with Maki Takarada, and she said, and I'm gonna try my best to quote this exactly how she phrased it. I'd like to think that he never left. Like if maybe this is where he is, you know. Yeah.
We're together.
Yeah, there's a lot of camaraderie here at G Fest, and he absorbed that and he magnified it back out to us. So yeah, that was a very, very lovely thing. And yeah, Elijah, he's a big one.
Yeah.
He's a big one.
You know, maybe it's like what they say in Godzilla 2000, where Godzilla's inside all of us.
But it's Akira Takarada.
Akira Takarada is inside all of us.
Listen, I'm not even gonna laugh at that because I think it's true.
I think it is true. Yes.
Yeah.
We could use some more Akira Takaradas in the world.
Seriously.
Yes, my goodness, we could just people to be there and give of themselves as much as he did. My gosh, I was very happy to see so much celebrated, so much of him celebrated this year. And one other thing we do have to shout out. Well, let's get to a few other people, and then we'll get to what I was about to say.
We said Stan.
Yeah, we
Stan
said
Hyde.
Stan.
Stan is not here. He is he's taking care of his wife right now. He's doing what he needs to be doing right now. But we missed him very, very much. Pardon me. Most of the Collect All Monsters crew.
Yeah.
Leslie was here. He was giving us a hard time.
I missed him. I didn't get to
he
see
was
him.
here. He was here. What a character. Leslie's awesome. And he was here. I got to meet him. That was really, really special. But no Kyle, no Dave Doko this year. Didn't see him. Again, most of the cam crew wasn't there. My man Nick Poling wasn't here. It's a bunch of cool people weren't here.
A lot of artists.
A lot of artists.
A lot of artists.
A lot of mainstay artists weren't here for various shenanigan-y reasons. And gosh, I was under the impression that Skip wasn't going to make it this year, but he did come.
He did.
And then I thought,
another man who we thought was going to be
yeah,
here,
we
he
weren't.
was here,
We thought Neil
Mr.
wasn't going to
Neil
make it either.
Reevey.
Yeah, we thought Neil was going to make it.
I took over his panel.
That's right.
Yes, you did.
You thief.
Come here, bud.
Yeah, bring it in.
Hey, Neil,
Cameo.
get in here.
Bring it.
Yay.
Bring it in.
I keep referring to off camera.
That's
Wow.
yeah.
I'm actually here.
Yeah,
He's here.
He's here.
He's our live audience.
Yay.
A lot of people. Live studio.
Chill with Kaiju Kim is filled with a live studio audience.
It actually is this time.
Oh,
It
he's got
is.
something. He's got something.
Oh,
I was gonna
okay.
say, since Nathan mentioned he pitched in for me because I don't think he's seen it past that microphone or not, but anyway.
Danny, move.
You want to sit in the chair? Sit in the chair.
Yeah, otherwise I was gonna say here because back in 20.
Does he have to do the questions now?
I think he might.
I'll do
You
it.
have to answer
It's-
questions
it's-
three.
It's late in the show, but
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
you have, if
yeah,
you're
finish
gonna be on,
finish
you
your
have
thought,
to.
and then we'll do the
I was
questions.
just because I started that writers panel back in 2012 here at G-Fest, support writers, and I wasn't too sure I was gonna make it this year, and so I went and contacted Nathan since Nathan did. Check
I'm so
sure
glad I
that
ran
story
into
how
you.
you pinched Steven as a panelist.
Oh my gosh, I think I've told this story. Basically, the first G Fest I came in 2017, I think this when it was. You were down a panelist with 5 minutes to go. I was sitting in the front row back at the Crown Plaza.
Yeah.
And just on a whim, as more as a joke than anything else, I said, "Hey, look, I got a kaiju book published," and I pulled up the Amazon page for Destroyer, which you should go all buy right now. Just type in Destroyer Marchand, and you took one look at it. Said, "Get behind the table." Like, what?
Yeah, the same thing is
I'm running on like 4 hours of sleep and dying caffeine right now. So
yeah, because one of my regulars from my panels is Skip Peel. He did those Rex Summerall stories for G-Fan. He forewarned me that day that that I might not be able to make it because I got a lot of other obligations.
Yeah.
And here it was running late, but oh no, maybe he's
Yeah,
not mix.
yeah.
I need somebody. So
yeah. So basically, you've just invited me back on every year ever since.
yeah, well, I read, I checked out your blog and stuff. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you are a good writer.
Yeah,
And that's
thank you,
that's
thank
what
you,
I
thank
need
you,
on my
sir.
panel
Yeah,
are
thank
good writers to help, because I said the panelist is not there. We writers are not there to promote ourselves. We're there for the attendees who want to write, and it's a tough thing
Yeah.
to do by yourself, and so that's why
Yeah,
I
so-
want someone experienced there for them. So I
Yeah,
said,
thank
so
you,
anyway,
thank you.
so now he stepped as a panelist a couple years ago. Then this year I said I wasn't too sure I'd be able to come in to do the panel. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
reached out to.
Well, no. I submitted it before you even contacted
Yeah,
me because I knew you weren't coming. So I submitted the panel as my panel.
Yeah.
And
I
then-
really appreciate you did
Yeah,
that because I
and
wanted
then-
to keep this going. For
and then
authors.
suddenly you were able to come. Thank you.
Yeah.
And
So I
and then he.
Okay, so
then we gotta get the joke because I opened the panel with it's like the circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but a panelist. Now I am the moderator.
just a moderator of wordsmiths.
I was waiting for.
Darth.
I was waiting for only a moderator of evil, Nate.
Well, that's a better say. I'm never gonna come back.
Okay, well, it's okay.
As a mature
But
author, I have to go
well,
over
if-
my manuscript 15 times before I get the right comeback.
Yeah, well, and I say that because you were a last minute replacement for another panelist. A shout out to Chris Negro. He didn't make it this year from Wild Hunt Press. I miss you, man. I wish you could have been here. And so you came in and replaced him at the last second.
Yeah.
So it really did come full circle.
But always, I was going to say here that you did a really great job running
Thank
the
you.
panel.
Thank you. Now we'll have to fight to the death to see who runs it next year.
I guess.
Thunderdome.
Well, we're kind of competing there today. We're both trying to point out who's going to be the next
Yeah,
person.
I had to say, like, Neil, I'm in charge.
I was like, I forgot. It's like, Neil, settle down.
Pipe down.
You're just the panelist today. You're not. You can take the day off. Yeah. So you had questions 3 for me, or else get cast in the pit of eternal peril. Is that how that works?
Yes, indeed. All right, I guess we can wrap up the show, kind of bookend it a little bit, because I think we said everything.
You should have him on more.
I should. Yes, we'll talk about that afterwards. All right, so the 3 questions are: how did you get into Godzilla? What's your favorite Godzilla movie? And what is your favorite non-Godzilla kaiju movie?
Okay, well, I got into Godzilla thanks to my mom. Shout out to my mom.
Yeah.
Hi, Neil's mom.
Back up there in Stoughton, Wisconsin. But
Encouraging moms are the best.
Yes.
Kaiju moms are great.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, she's the one that got me into it. It's because I got into dinosaurs, and I'm sure she was thinking, well, since he likes dinosaurs, let's have him sit down and watch a Godzilla movie. So my first one was King Kong versus Godzilla, and that's back in spring.
Woo! I was on a panel for that.
Yeah, the spring.
So was Danny.
That was my first one too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. So
Yay.
anyway, on your show, we saw the same first one. So this was back in the spring of 1975.
So when worlds collide.
Yeah.
Before we were all born.
yeah, it was episode 1975. We did have indoor plumbing back then, right?
Did you ride those dinosaurs to school?
Yeah, I was there to see them go extinct. Yeah, we just didn't have enough dino feed for them. But the 70s during that was the inflation and stuff. But anyway, yeah. So that I absolutely just loved that movie, and it was just. Mind-blowing, especially the stuff that they did. Like he was as a little 5-year-old, I recognized that they were using miniature tanks. And believe it or not, that actually kind of creates some sympathy for the army. It's like those poor little guys, they haven't got a chance with Godzilla coming and stomping on them. But no, I absolutely just adore that movie. And then since that was such a hit, my mom had me watch Godzilla.
Say something profound.
And that was Are you talking to me?
No, we're talking.
Oh, okay.
Pipe down back.
Quiet, gallery.
We have a second show going on back here. So
apparently,
2 shows in one.
Do I have competition?
You do.
Oh my gosh, this just turned into streaming Inception.
No, I just realized that.
So anyway, just to complete my story. So I got to see and then my mom had to go watch the regular the first Godzilla movie with Raymond Burr. And that was, believe it or not, on April 26, 1975, Tomoyuki Tanaka's birthday. I saw his first Godzilla movie he brought to us on his birthday. And the rest is history. So I've been a Godzilla fan ever since. Then now my favorite Godzilla movie is Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster.
Good choice.
Excellent choice.
The reason why, because that's
the next movie I podcast without.
Ooh. Oh. Can I join you?
I have 2 guests already.
Dang it.
I'll definitely be tuning in. The reason why that one's my favorite, because that was sort of the holy grail movie for me back when I was a child, because I saw, Godzilla versus Monster Zero that had Ghidorah. I saw Destroy All Monsters. And I had this little book called The Great Monsters of the Movies. And they, of course, they kind of just, had a little rundown of all the different Godzilla movies that were made. And there was one course called Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster. And I thought, well, I saw the Godzilla's first film. I saw Mothra's first film and Rodan's first film. I want to see Ghidorah's first film. Mm-hmm. And to show you what a struggle it was to see that movie, because remember, I was in grade school back then. And it kept on showing on Wednesday nights on a school night. And of course, my mom would only let me watch those movies if it was on a Friday night or a Saturday night. Mm-hmm. And then it kept on, just like month after month. And for a little kid, months and even just a year or two is forever. So we're talking second and third grade. And one time I thought my mom was going to let me watch it on a Wednesday night, 8 p.m. I was so excited. I was drawing Godzilla pictures. I thought, she's going to let me do this. And then, the last minute, just, what do you mean I ain't going to let you watch this movie? I don't know. It's a school night. You got to go to bed. So I, 8 p.m. was my bedtime back then. So I missed it. So finally, I can't remember how long it took. It seemed like forever. So we're talking from child's perception of time. It showed up on a Friday night. That I can't remember when it was, 10:30 at night or something like that. So I was able to set the alarm, get up, and I was so excited. I had this blanket, that I had with me. So when Rodan showed up, I threw it on my shoulders. That was my wings as Rodan. And then
I love that.
When Godzilla showed up, I put in my pants here. That was my tail, so that was Godzilla. Awesome. During commercial breaks, I got the cushions out and knocking over big rocks as though I was, fighting back and forth as the monsters. I was just having a one-man party when I finally got to see Ghidorah.
That's amazing.
And the wait was worth it, because that movie to me was phenomenal. It actually kind of like, the thing I loved about it was it actually treated the monsters as though now they were part of the world. And in fact, you had like the Shobijin as sort of the or the Twin Fairies as representative of the monsters, showing up as celebrities now on this Johnny Carson like talk show, or actually probably more like the Ed Sullivan Show equivalent back then. I thought, well, this is just fabulous, because to me, these monsters are celebrities, and this movie is treating them like celebrities. And so it was, like I said, then Chris, when Ghidorah first showed up, kind of the Firefly, everything they did was just right for his first entrance into the movie cinema world. And I said that was an event for me.
That's awesome.
And then favorite non
non-Godzilla kaiju film.
I want to say, Youngery, but if I were to be but if I want to be 100% honest, it has to be Rodan. The reason why I'm hesitant because I just mentioned 3 Toho movies in a row. It's like too much credit to Toho, but I love Rodan. But I'm going to give Youngery an honorable mention.
Okay.
So
All right,
there we
excellent.
are.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing, and thank you all for being part of the G Fest wrap up stream. We're going to wrap up the wrap up stream right about now.
Oh, Matt's back.
Oh, yes. Matt's over there texting on his phone. Hello. Yeah, we're wrapping up the wrap up stream.
We got to get everyone in frame.
All right, can we get everyone in frame? Let's see if we can do it.
Let's
Oh
do
my
it.
gosh.
I think
Got
we
my
do
big
this.
Let's see if
head
we
and
can
my
do
big
it.
hat in the way.
Yeah. All right. Maybe take off your hat.
If I move my head a
Oh,
little
my
bit.
hair's gonna look awful.
Oh,
There we go.
you look fabulous. There you go.
The fabulous
There A little bit lower down. Someone wants to move in behind me there. There we go. That's better.
All right. All right. Thank you guys for watching. To you watching at home, thank you so much for hanging out with me. And I just knocked into the mic. Don't worry about that.
We're doing it live.
I'm not used to
Do it
having
live.
2
We'll do it
mics
live.
here. We'll fix it in post. Thank you for hanging out with me and my fantastic posse I got going on over here.
Your legion.
My legion, my children. For the children.
For the children.
Of all the children of G-Fest.
We are all children at G-Fest.
We're all children at G-Fest. All right. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Like this stream if you had a good time here tonight. And be sure to tune in next week, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, for another edition of Chill with Kaiju Kim. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye everybody. Thanks for watching.